family. This is Antonio Thomas, CEO and of Lineage First Foundation, president of New Life Learners, and an advocate for Black American freedmen people. It's just something I would like to put on everybody's mind right now. I've been making videos after videos after videos talking about ethnicity, and how we should be moving forward as Black American freedmen people, whether you call yourself ADOS, foundational Black American, Negro, we are freedmen in the Constitution. So I would like to let people research who you are as an ethnic group. And the reason why we having problems is because we still clinging on to race as it is classified here in America. Even though we know we chose that to self-differentiate from white people and other people that was in this country at that time. But right now, in a legal standpoint, is working against us. So I'm not saying that we got to get rid of it, but that's not the fight for right now. The fight for right now is delineation. And how can you delineate when using the same words and terms that they use inside the Constitution to encase or group or put all people in the same classification that you are? You have to make it real simple and plain. And once you do that, then you can control the narratives. Right now, I'm in Chicago, and you have people with Chicago Red or Chicago Flips Red. You have the Freedmen movement here. You have some ADOS, foundational Black Americans. But the one thing true for us all is in Chicago, it's a segregated city. And segregation isn't bad. Segregation means you have your own spot, your own area, your own place where you get to group and do things as a specific class of people. And that's not a bad thing. What's good about it is the more the merrier. The more you understand or know who and where your group of people are, you could come collectively and use the resources that y'all have to build, grow, and determine what you need in your community. Now, that hasn't been happening in Chicago, even though that we're 2/3 of this population in Chicago. So, and what that means when you breaking down the numbers, you can't just break it down by black. If you break it down by blackness, you got other people inside your group. And this is why you have that problem, because the representation for those individuals for this identity politics would be bought off or took and used against you, used for their own purposes. When someone says that they're going to do something for you, you're supposed to come into a contract, a binding contract. That way you know that they're going to do what they're supposed to do. And if they don't, you have the legal means to push back against these individuals. You also have some legal means already because the things that were set in process is put into the Constitution. Now, what's going on in Chicago right now is they made this a sanctuary city. A sanctuary from where? People coming all through the border. Once you get in America, they talking about these people are need sanctuary and need help and support. You're in America right now. You don't have to have a specific city that helps specific groups that come there to help them if the whole America is not doing it. By definition, that is treason. What they're doing in our city is treason. And if you read what treason is, all you have to do is present it, take it to the government, and the government will issue or pursue if these people are treasonous against the country. Now, the reason why people have been pushing or treason against the country, because it's those people that's in power or have been put in place or have been politicians for over 40 and 50 years. They don't care about what American people wants. They care about the financial mechanism that moves their party, that gets them paid and keep them into a seat of power. That is what they care about. And we have to end all that. I got a clip from this lady. She's in Chicago. They call her Danny C. I'm gonna play a few of her clips, and I'm gonna break her clips down, and I'm gonna tell you why we as Black American freedmen people, you're gonna hear me say it like that, because it separates us from whoever else want to be Black American. A person who comes from Ghana and he gets citizenship, and the children that they have here becomes Black American. So by default, putting them in our group. So now when you try to fight or advocate for something, these people can be put in front of you, and their agendas can merge with your agenda and say, this is what Black people want. When foundationally, I don't care what nobody from a different country needs or want. I only care about what I should do here in America for my people, for my generation and my children. That may sound bad to a lot of other people, but it don't sound bad to those people who are migrating here, because they migrating for what? So they can have a better life for their children, their people, and their ancestors, to do things better or greater for them. So the stories that they saying that we should help everybody in the world, no, we shouldn't. You should help yourself first. And when you're in a good position, you should dictate whether you should help somebody or not. People have to earn your trust, earn your help, earn your support. They haven't earned anything from it. Our ancestors have been giving away our position, our votes for a long time. And if you really want to break down the numbers, there is no bigger group than we are as Black American freedmen. Get used to saying that term. Or you could say Black American from American descent of slavery. That's ADOS. Or a foundational Black American. Been here since 1865. You're going to have to use terms that add on to Black American to self-differentiate you from everybody else. With that being said, here's that clip from Danny C. from Chicago Red.
We are going to, and I filmed it, because I'm going to let America know what Kamala America looks like, what the Democrat agenda looks like. So since you all won't listen to us, the American people, we want Trump 2024. Trump. Chicago wants Trump 2024. And we're advocating, and it looks like we're going to turn it red. And it looks like Trump is going to be in office. So now we're asking Trump to start at the federal level. That so-called Black woman, she needs to be, we want her to throw her in jail for treason, because she brought this to America. She allowed this destruction. And then after that, we the people, we coming for that governor's seat, we coming up in this mayor's seat, and then these alderman seats. Y'all think we playing? And I keep telling y'all, the same thing make y'all laugh, it's gonna make y'all cry. Because I be damned if my husband and me gonna put 28 years, he's an officer, and we spend all our tax dollars, and you all gonna sit up there and spend our money on illegals who haven't paid a dime in this system. That's right. I bet you that won't happen. So Trump, if you listening, because we're going to DC next, when Trump get in office. And we're going to talk to him. Because Black America, we done. White America, Asians, we all coming together. It's a wrap for y'all. All right, now. Thank you.
You can feel that passion and pain in that sister's voice. You're going to have to create a formal process where people are going to have to sign, notarize documentations to say that they are part of this group. In other words, they cannot represent this group without that. And if you say you represent this group and go into politics or getting close to a seat in power and you do and don't have authorization from this group, you will be litigated, sued, and there will be repercussions. This is what is missing when you have people speaking for you. I didn't give NAACP the authority to speak for me, the Urban League to speak for me, those individuals like Roland Martin and all these other Black people to speak for me. Brandon Johnson came talking about, I'm a Black man from the South Side. Now you found out that he's an immigrant. He's not a Black American freedman. Roland Martin is not a Black American freedman. So what they do is they doing for Black American immigrants. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't speak for me as if you know what my plight is. You did not go through what my father went through, my grandfather went through, and his grandfather went through as in 1865. If they cannot tie themselves into fighting for this country or being here since 1865, these people cannot speak for you. This is why we have the problem with the CBC. The CBC is full of immigrants. They do not speak for you. There's nothing bad of being an immigrant, but you are not me. So when you go into your history or speaks about your history, their history would deviate into another country where they had their conflicts and they had their genealogy comprised over there from someplace else. So their mindset and how they need help and support is different from you. So they are going to figure out how can they get that help for their people in your country. That is a problem. I want you to have help for your people in my country, not by having the help for your people in my country at my expense. That is a problem. And if anybody have a problem with me saying that or speaking that, what some people say truth spoken to power, that's a problem with you. I really don't care. Because I'm not living here for the world. I'm not trying to be the conscience of America, like the CBC says. And it's crazy how those people are in the CBC and also have their own congressional groups. Look it up. the Nigerian caucus, the Mexican caucus, the Spanish caucus. You know what I'm saying? They got all type of caucuses that I can't be a part of. But you in my caucus all around this country dealing into politics that's deviating support and finances for my people. Oh, we're not going to keep doing this. Black American Freedmen Caucus. That's what we need, a Freedmen Caucus, a caucus specifically for us. This is the problem that we're having when it comes to Chicago. These people who are representing us and talking about us are either boule, that mean their interest is for money in their organizations, or they immigrants, that mean their interest is for tethering themselves into our plights in order for them to have more numbers to do what they want for their people. And this is why money is getting navigated towards them and got our people fighting for something that's supposed to be Black American freedmen, but they fighting it as Black American or African American. Those terms are corrosive and destructive when it comes to you trying to do anything politically in this country. And that's facts. So what I'm going to say is we have to move accordingly. Me, right now, at this point, when you see me and you see me talking, I'm an ethnic gangbanger. That may sound bad, but what I'm going to do and what I have been doing, teaching the youth and the young that it's a difference between ethnicity, and it's a reason why ethnic groups move the way they do. That's how you preserve your culture, your people, and your community. And I'm not advocating fighting against nobody or beating them up or doing anything like that. But when it comes to politics, politics is a dirty and hard game. But you have to have your specific group to fight for, to do things for, and to advocate for you. Right now, this total blackness because somebody's Black is not going to help, because these Black people will come, integrate themselves into our politics and do for their people first under the guise of flat blackness. And we can't do that no more. The red, black, and green is fine when it's all us Black people together trying to move something forward as Black people. That's nice. But when we come together as Black people, the problem with that is every other Black country have a Black leader. We don't. That means we don't have representation at the table for our collective group. Not saying that we need a Black leader, but we need Black representation as a leadership console. And what I mean by leadership console is that we got different groups and different perspectives of Black people. And from those perspectives, we should be collectively getting people that represent us as a group. That way they can't knock off one single person like they did Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, like they did the Black Panther parties. You know, because they role as individuals or individual group, not a collective of an ethnic power. So that's how we got to move, people. We got to get these people out the way. If they're not for you, they are against you. If you ask them, are you a Black American freedman? See what they say first before you move forward. We cannot go forward no more talking about Black people, Black people, Black people. This already said in the Constitution. That's why affirmative action got struck down. You can't do anything by race. And we don't want to do anything by race. I cannot defend the whole Black planet. Get over that. And if you don't like me for saying it, just move out of my way, because we're going to do something specific, different, and we're going to take control of our destiny for our people, for our children, and our future. Peace.